All right, looks like we are just about ready for the finale, the TAS showcase you've been waiting for. Serenilink, kick it off and introduce yourself.
Hey, hello everyone at Archiethon. Hope you had a good day with good runs, really interesting speedruns. That was a cool map we just saw. And now we are gonna see another cool map. Definitely not the same level of gameplay expected, since it's rather beginner oriented. But also not the same game setting, playing setting, because this will be a tool-assisted speedrun, and I will be accompanied by Topology Goddess, Shinx, if you have anything to say.
That's me. I'm Shanks. That's all I got.
Yay! Who's here because Cat runs a few, for now, maybe more later, levels of this contest uh, as an like actual human speedrun. Uh, and yeah, I'm excited to show this TAS. There was like probably 100 collective hours of testing on this, just for the draft and the first few improvements. So it was a pretty big one, and I think we can go right now. So let's go. Gonna take some time to load because the map is pretty huge. But anyway, we're gonna start with a bit of a speed chain that's gonna allow us to skip the first part of the first flag here. So a few notes on these stairs. The original draft was made by Ratatouille for the first few flags, then myself, and then Energy for the last few flags of a specific mechanic that we will see. And then further improvements were made by Mr. Funnyfun, Alexa, Vegetation, and myself. Uh, yeah, that's a lot of cool people. Many other people have worked on the entire contest. Which, by the way, the TAS is almost fully ready. There's one singular map that's not finished yet, but 74 out of the 75 maps, plus the Heartside, Prologue, and Lobby movement, are already completed. So maybe we will see someday a showcase of the entire contest. That would be really awesome.
That'll go hard.
Anyway, let's go back to the TAS. There wasn't much to talk about in the first few flags, but here you might have seen we got Bino interaction storage at the beginning of this flag because it's an auto-scroller, and that will help us get a lot of speed through this transition to skip the first part of the flag. If you want to get a couple of donations in, Olivia, now's a good time.
Yeah, thank you. We have $10 from Anonymous with just a comment, bonkle. And that is going toward the Build a Real Bionicle incentive. Thank you, Anonymous.
That incentive is so cool.
Okay, so here we have a little elevator clip. We always love this. And we have zip traffic blocks, so speed. A lot of speed.
Whoa. Cool.
Yeah. Now this flag is a lot of very tight movement, little optimizations about a bit everywhere, and then just a pretty lengthy section. Well, not super lengthy. There's a lot more in the base map, but still. And here we just go straight down to the bottom to the last switch, and so we avoid triggering any useless platforms. Skip straight to the end of the room. If you have a couple more donations you want to get in, Olivia? If there are any,
Yeah, I'll
I don't
just
know.
take a second to say something about our donation cause here. One of the Point of Pride's programs is providing free chest binders and shapewear to trans people who cannot otherwise afford or safely obtain them. To date, Point of Pride has donated over 29,500 of these to trans people in need. For more information, you can visit pointofpride.org.
That's sick.
Really cool. Also, you might have missed it if you blinked, but we just skipped a whole flag with a speed chain. It's supposed to be a dashless flag, but when you enter with about 600, 700 speed, not having any dashes is not really a problem. And fun fact here, we control Madeline and Badeline. Madeline is just far enough from Badeline that the first spinner is not loaded, and so Badeline just phases straight through it.
This map is fun. There's so many memory checks running Priest Contest.
Yeah. I mean, I get that. Having tested a bunch of the base maps in the contest, it always felt special to see the flag after that. Well, if you do get to see the flag, because some of them are not on screen for long. Okay, here we got Bino interaction storage in the previous flag to get a lot of speed to the transition. And for these bubbles, they move when you dash, but the check for when the bubble moves and when the dash direction is picked is not performed at the same time. So you can essentially just move them separately, which allowed us to skip a few cycles of waiting for the bubble to respawn. Here, a pretty ugly stun. It's not really super elegant, but it skips the whole flag. And in this room, there's gonna be a really big auto-scroller with a block here at the bottom that we're supposed to take all the way to the very top of the room. But because it's very slow, we're just gonna fly a feather in between spinners.
Oh god.
And make it to the top. And here we're gonna have a death warp that saves 1 frame. Followed by a very tight cycle where there's like 1 or 2 frames to spare, barely. But we can just make it thanks to those zip lines boost.
That looks so goofy.
Now, spikes are just a suggestion.
What? Wait, what?
So yeah, there are spikes on the side of these blocks, but if you just happen to, be on one side of the spikes in 1 frame and then hit the block on the next frame, then maybe the spikes are just not there anymore.
Classic.
Yeah. For this flag, we got dashes that last as long as we hold the dash button, so we make great use of grounded ultras.
God, that map is so good.
And hypers in general. Here, big moon boost that allows us to skip a pretty big platforming section. Didn't really see it, but trust me. Maybe Olivia, if you have some donations to get in, we have a bit of time.
Yeah, I'll just remind everybody that we currently have the Build a Real Bionicle incentive open for Cactus's Bionicle the Game run tomorrow morning. So if you want to see Cactus have to build a real Bionicle physically with his hands while doing a speedrun, you want to donate to that incentive. We are currently at $10 out of 150 needed.
who wouldn't love to see a real-life Bionicle get built during Archiethon?
That
would
would
love
just
to
be
see
so
that.
cool. It's such a brilliant idea, and I really hope we get to see it.
Oh, this.
Okay, so now we're playing Jetpack Joyride, which in this flag your speed is reset every frame, but you can jump and hyper to go a bit faster. At some point, the speed is gonna get high enough that only jumps is gonna be faster than hypers. And right about here, there's a very specific manipulation, very specific movement that's gonna come in useful in about 9 minutes. So just keep a little mental note. Okay, and now we have very low gravity and zero friction, so there is zero acceleration or slowdown horizontally. So we are gonna make good use of the speed we can build up here. Get a lot of speed into the next room. Allows to skip one full cycle, almost two. Here we're gonna have to wait and get a few dashes in. It's about 10 frames away from skipping 2 full cycles. So it's a bit unfortunate, but we do what we can.
Whoa.
And now we stop dashing because we need to wait for the blocks to come back. Yeah, that was a pretty nice multi-boost.
Yeah.
Really satisfying one. Okay. And we still have cassettes here, that's why we waited a bit at the end of the previous room, because global cassette cycles are a bit funky. And now we got a throwable that Elton is between Theo and Jealous. In this first part, it was based off core mode, but now it's based off cassette beats. So on beats 1 and 2, the holdable is Theo, and on beats 3 and 4, it's a jelly. Sadly, we can't skip anything except the cassette. It's purely decorational. Welcome to a puzzle flag that we are going to cheat the hell out of. Taking this jelly is not intended.
A puzzle and breeze contest? You say it ain't so.
Yeah, the fact that it's beginner gameplay makes it that there are often good opportunities to skip stuff.
Mm.
And we got Bino interaction storage at the beginning of the flag to skip the landing animation from the Badlin orb. And here we're gonna rubber band the lava a little while we wait to get the height to push the button. And then instead of waiting for the lava to bring the block up, we're just gonna make our own way.
Whoa.
As per usual, spikes are only a suggestion. Here we're gonna get leaf boost on the corner boost to be able to get an ultra.
Wait, that's really
Ultra
cool.
That's pretty cool. Okay, and at the end of this room we have a really tight cycle here. It's like 2 or 3 frames away from being hit. And here it's a climb where we really want to keep our jumps for the end. Fortunately, because this is a TAS, we are not afraid of accidentally using a double jump instead of climb jumping.
Mm-hmm. What?
Okay, and at the end of this room, this coin block is gonna get us a lot of speed. Unfortunately, we're not able to keep all of it, but it does allow us to skip a full cycle of changing the cassette blocks.
Yo, it's shrimp. Let's go.
Shrimps!
Let's go.
This mechanic is so weird, like,
Yeah.
if you release grab before they throw you, you release it, but if you release grab after they start throwing you, depending on how long you hold the grab button, it throws you further. away.
Wait, really?
Yes,
Whoa.
there are like 5 different frames of releasing the grab button that result in different results.
Oh god.
And if there's several shrimps are chained together, it acts really weird in terms of when they throw you. I really don't want to know the details. I test the flag and just forgot about it.
Ooh.
Next flag, we're gonna have the second instance of RNG in the test. There was one earlier, the flag with a moon boost, but for convenience sake of being able to play the test, we see this RNG. And here we're gonna cheat completely on this screen and... Oh no, it happened again. Hold on. I should be able to do it, and that should be fine. Yes, okay.
Oh,
We can resume our task.
That's great.
We like being a little silly. Column 3.
Column 3.
Okay, this flag is a bit particular to test because there is alternating wind. There's gonna be a double jump, and there's gonna be black tiles that prevent any form of interaction with the wall, grabbing or wall jumping. And now combine all this together into a really big climb. It is somewhat painful to optimize, let's say.
Ooh. Yo, this map is goated.
Yeah. We're gonna skip a bit of the cassette puzzle.
Honestly, this whole contest is
Here,
goated.
in this transition, we're gonna have a big speed chain, but unfortunately, it's an unavoidable dream block. And these dream blocks are really slow. They move just above half as fast as regular dream blocks, so we're gonna avoid them as much as possible. And for people who don't know, this is a key berry. It's a berry that opens key doors near them when you collect the berry, and so we need to keep it to the end of the flag to open the door. And welcome to Freeze Frame Land. Because those jump refills refill every frame,
Oh.
we can generate a lot of freeze frames. That's a lot of scroller. If Olivia, you have something to say?
Yeah, I'll just remind you guys about some of Point of Pride's funding programs. They organize several scholarship-like programs to provide direct financial assistance to trans folks, including the Transgender Surgery Fund, which assists people who cannot afford their gender-affirming surgery.
Very cool stuff.
God.
If you noticed here, we did an intentional retry at the beginning of the fight. It's because the puzzle only triggers if you re-enter the room a second time or if you retry. Unfortunately, I had already tested the full room when I realized this, so because of cycles, it did mean that I had to redo it all over again. But that's fine.
Yo! It's awake!
It's awake.
Absolutely goated map.
You might not want to check out the TAS of this map if you love it, because let's just say it's like 2.5 seconds long.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I know, the speed run's the same. It's yeah.
Okay, and now is the part test by energy because of a new mechanic. This is Elytra from Minecraft.
Holy.
So Elytra allows you to fly through the air with a lot of speed and convert it into vertical momentum. And if you just saw right there were a few stunts. That's the part where you remember about 9 minutes ago I told you to make a mental note. Well, we utilized missile slowdown to manipulate spinner drift and be able to stun 2 spinners at once right here and keep all our momentum. Also, we still have Elytra here when we are not supposed to. It's because with all the speed we had during the Elytra flag, we just flew straight over the trigger that removes them. And so now we have them for the rest of the Heartside. Fortunately or unfortunately, in terms of speed for the TAS, there were only 7 flags left, and 2 of them were, well, this one Undertale and Bioland, and the other one is Golf.
Goodbye, Lawnland, my beloved.
Yeah, turns out when you can fly, you don't really need blocks.
Yeah.
We're gonna come up to the final flag of this Heartside. Is it gonna be sub 20? I don't know. Place your bets in the chat.
Is this pays?
Okay. And you're supposed to have a spinning record animation introducing a track, but
I forgot about
yeah.
that.
Unfortunately, we like speed better than our map introductions. And you can just witness here the power of Elytra in terms of keeping speed going. And that's time.
GG, what a TAS.
Oh. Incredible.
A very awesome TAS. Really glad I spent so much time working on it. It's really super satisfying. And look at this awesome end screen.
Oh, it's
just gorgeous.
unmatched.
That is so beautiful.
All right. Well, with this is gonna be the end of today. If Strings, you have any final words?
Shoutouts Gaming. That's all I got.
Shoutouts Gaming. Long live Archie, and see you tomorrow for another day of amazing runs. Bye bye.
All right, I mean that was an incredible TAS showcase. I love watching Celeste TASes so much, and that one, I mean, that had so much wild stuff in it. That was our last run of the night, so we will be ending for the night here. But before we go, just a few reminders here. Just want to say huge shout outs to everyone who's donated today and yesterday. We are at a donation total of $4,255. That is just incredible. We are raising so much money for an incredible cause and point of pride. A reminder for any last minute donations that the Bionicle incentive for tomorrow morning is open. And I will take a moment to remind you of what runs are going on tomorrow. We've talked about the Bionicle a bit, but before that we'll have Smooshy Come Home being run by Pugroy, and after that we'll have a Balatro run, a Neon White run, a CS2 showcase. We'll have Deltarune and Undertale. We've got Mario Kart World. We've got Donkey Kong 64. We have so many incredible runs tomorrow. You do not want to miss it. So make sure that if you haven't, follow Celeste Community here on Twitch. Follow Celeste Community on Blue Sky at celestecom.bsky.social if that's your thing as well. Join the Discord if you want to be notified when we go live tomorrow. And for future events. We're going to have an incredible day of friends tomorrow, and you are not going to want to miss it.